Hi, it's Baker Bee here. Today we are making seeded dinner rolls. They are uniform in size and each of them has two beautiful scores to enhance the look of it. Fully coated with mixed seeds, crispy on the outside while pillowy soft on the inside. Perfect served as a meal accompaniment or cut and filled with your favorite filling. I'm sure once you try this recipe, you will never go for the shop-bought one. Alright. Can't wait to share it with you all. Let's get started. Now, let's bloom the yeast first. Prepare the lukewarm water and add the sugar and the yeast. Lukewarm water means you will feel warmer than your body temperature, but not hot. The temperature should be just right for the yeast. Give the mixture a very good whisk and then cover it for about 5 minutes with a tea towel. After 5 minutes, the yeast mixture should look like something like this. A layer of foam has been formed. It means the yeast is working. I'm going to knead the dough by hand. Place the bread flour, salt, and oil in the mixing bowl. Gently mix them a little bit using a spatula first. Roughly make a well in the center and then pour in the bloomed yeast mixture. Then continue to mix them with a spatula until they turn into a semi-dough-like texture. Just like this. Now you can start using your hand, half kneading and half grabbing what has left at the bottom of the bowl to knead it into a dough. You might feel that the dough is a bit dry and it is almost impossible to knead the rest of the flour into the dough. But trust me, it takes a bit of time. Eventually, it will become all together. As you can see, nothing was left at the bottom of the bowl. Now you can transfer the dough onto a floured surface. Continue to knead the dough for about 6 to 8 minutes. How to knead it? It's actually very simple. Stretch, fold, and turn. Repeat these 3 simple actions until the dough has become a smooth and elastic texture. You gradually will feel the dough is getting more tension. That means it has developed the gluten structure to trap the gas bubbles inside. If you don't fancy getting your hands in, of course a stand mixer is welcomed. Pop the dough in and turn it on at medium speed, and it will get the job done with ease. But sometimes I just feel like using my hands instead to understand the dough more. It's such a soothing and relaxing process. When the dough is ready, slightly stretch and fold the sides to the bottom so that the smoother sides face out to create a tidier ball shape. Press the surface of the dough. If it's bounced back, it means the dough is ready for the next step. It really doesn't matter if the dough is not super smooth on the surface at this stage, just like mine. Lightly oil the bowl to avoid the dough from sticking while it is doing the first proof. Pop the dough in and cover it with cling film and let it proof for about 1 to 1.5 hours or until it doubles in size. Once the first proof is done, slightly flour the work surface. Transfer the dough onto it from the bowl. It is so light and airy. It hasn't been baked and it already smells amazing. Sprinkle it with some flour on top to avoid it from sticking, because we are going to deflate the dough by punching it down. This is my favorite moment making bread. When the dough is deflated, flip it over and fold the sides to the center. Then flip it over again to have the smooth sides facing out. Start to stretch and pull the sides of the dough to gradually form a ball-shaped dough. Cover it with a tea towel and let it rest on the work surface for about 15 minutes. After resting, divide the dough in half. Then, cut each half into 3 equal pieces. You can use a knife if you don't have a dough scraper, but if you like making bread, I highly recommend that you get one because it is such a useful tool. Take one piece first and cover the rest with a tea towel to avoid them from drying. Find a smooth surface facing out, then pull the sides to the bottom and then slightly pinch the end. Then place it on the work surface and use your palm as a guide to rotate to form a ball, just like this. Repeat the same process for the rest. It is such a joy to work with the dough. It is so cute, isn't it? Before we moved on, let's preheat the oven to 185 degrees Celsius and at the same time, place a baking tray in the oven as well. It acts just like a baking stone for evenly baking the base. I will show you how exactly I do it in a minute. Let's crack an egg to egg wash the dough balls so that we can stick the seeds onto them. You can use water, milk, egg whites, or just like me, use a whole egg. The color from the egg will give the dinner rolls a glossy and golden brown finish. That's what I like. Try to beat the egg a bit longer as it will be easier to brush it onto the dough. Here I prepare some pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, white sesame seeds and black sesame seeds, each of them around 35 grams. The choice of seeds is totally up to you. Pour them all in a deep tray and mix them well. Everything is ready. Let's get the seeds on. What you will need is a lined baking tray, mixed seeds, and beaten egg with a pastry brush, and a bread lame. It's actually a razor blade affixed onto a handle to score the bread, and of course our light and fluffy dough balls. What I'm going to do here is to brush a thin layer of beaten egg onto the dough to create a sticky wet surface. Then hold the dough upside down and dip it into the tray. Gently roll the dough while still holding the bottom. Try to stick as many seeds as you can. When you are happy with it, place it back on the baking tray and use the bread lame to score the rolls twice to create 2 slashes, just like this. Let's watch it again in close-up. Egg wash the dough ball. Hold it upside down and dip it in the mixed seeds. Finish it by making 2 quick slices on the surface. That's it. Continue the same process until you finish the rest. Then cover them with a tea towel and let them have the second proof on the countertop for about 30 minutes. Just before they go into the oven, use a spray bottle to lightly spray some water onto the surface. It helps to create a crispy and crunchy crust. Do you remember we have a preheated baking tray in the oven already? Now, what we need to do is to slide the dough balls with the baking paper together onto this hot baking tray. Then, just before we close the oven door, spray more water mist inside the oven. It helps generate steam, which allows the crust to harden. As a result, our seeded dinner rolls will have a crisp crust and a light aerated interior texture. After 17 minutes, my seeded dinner rolls are done. Nothing is better than freshly baked bread. Keep an eye on yours because you are the one to know your oven the best. Look at them. They all have such a beautiful golden brown crust, and love the seeds are evenly distributed on the surface. Crispy on the outside while pillowy soft on the inside. Perfect seeded dinner rolls for any occasion. It also tastes very nice with only butter. I can have it every day, of course with my cup of coffee. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share it and tell me what you want me to bake for you next in the comments box below. Please also hit the subscribe button for more fun and delicious recipes and hit the bells as well so that you will be notified when my video goes live. If you like making bread as much as I do, I'm sure you will absolutely love this one as well. Click on the screen now and watch that. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!